Singaporeans appreciated the support packages that we had rolled out. They tell me, "Thank you for the vouchers." Please give us more. The media described the election as a landslide victory for the PAP. But to me, it was not a landslide. When the next GE comes, be it in 2030 or maybe earlier, the PAP will be ready. We stay vigilant. When I called the elections this year, I had been Prime Minister for 1 year and your Secretary General for 6 months. I knew it was important for me and my team to seek a fresh mandate from Singaporeans so that we could lead and take Singapore forward in this changed world. And today, I stand before you deeply grateful and humbled by the support and trust that Singaporeans have given to me, my team, and to the PAP. The media described the election as a landslide victory for the PAP. But to me, it was not a landslide. So I come out of GE 2025 with an overwhelming sense of humility and gratitude. If we had lost these two GRCs, the message would have been serious and far-reaching. Losing Tampines would have suggested that the Workers' Party's calculated appeal to Malay Muslim voters was an effective strategy. This would have encouraged other political parties to do the same, and that would only harm our social cohesion and lead to a divided Singapore. If Punggol had gone to the Workers' Party, it would have sent the wrong message, that voters didn't care about the proven abilities and steady leadership of an experienced minister like DPM Gunn. Singapore would have lost our very capable task force man. But instead, the strong mandate that Singaporeans give to the PAP sends a clear message to the world. So when I speak to my counterparts today, when I speak to foreign leaders today, I speak with quiet confidence, because I know that I speak on behalf of a clear-eyed and united people. For decades, our success rested on an open global economy. Now this model is under greater strain because the major powers are turning inwards. They want to rebuild their industrial bases. No more offshoring production. We want to have manufacturing back home in our own countries. They are restricting access to cutting-edge technologies. So the rules that enabled small countries like ours to prosper are now being rolled back. And we must find new ways to create relevance and opportunities for Singaporeans. We must make things happen. And that's why we have been busy, traveling, engaging, and building partnerships around the world. And this is not just the work of MFA. Vivian and his team are in the thick of it. But it's not just MFA's job. Every minister, every ministry will have to step up their international engagements. I too have to travel, and I'm spending time visiting and building relationships with my counterparts. Some of you might remember Mr. Lee Kuan Yew and what he did in 1964 when Singapore was still part of Malaysia. Mr. Lee led a mission to Africa. He visited 17 African capitals over 35 days. Imagine that, more than a month, to rally support for Malaysia at that time. And he built close links with the newly independent African nations who, like us, were finding their place in the world. And many of these friendships endure to this day. Of course, our context today is different. We are stronger, with deeper capabilities and greater resilience. But remember, we are still a small country with no natural resources. And in this changed world, we must redouble our efforts and work hard to stay relevant. And that's why we are expanding our diplomatic reach. And we will do more in regions like Latin America and Africa. In fact, later this month, I'll be traveling again, indeed, to Africa, to South Africa for the G20 and to Ethiopia for a bilateral visit. I cannot match Mr. Lee's 35-day trip across Africa. But it's the start of more engagements with a vast continent, including setting up new diplomatic missions there. And we are also deepening ties with existing partners. In the past year alone, we have upgraded or launched 6 strategic partnerships: Vietnam, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, as well as France and Germany in Europe. These overseas efforts may seem rather abstract and remote to Singaporeans, but they matter deeply to our livelihoods and to our future, because they open real doors for our businesses to expand, for Singaporeans to have new opportunities, and importantly, for Singapore to secure the space we need to thrive in a more uncertain and contested world. Our second priority is to keep our economy competitive and strong, so that Singaporeans can continue to have good jobs and better lives. And as the global economy begins to fragment, companies are rewiring their supply chains, shifting trade routes, as well as flows of capital. We have to make sure that Singapore stays at the center of these new flows and not get bypassed by them. And that's why DPM GAN is leading an effort now with a team of younger office holders to chart a new blueprint for our economy. So they have been hard at work, involving key industry leaders and union leaders in their deliberations. They aim to have their first set of recommendations ready by early next year. And I look forward to receiving them so that the government can give our response in Budget 2026. Restructuring and transformation is never easy. We must accept some downsizing and even retrenchment in some areas. This is not necessarily a sign of failure. It is part of the renewable cycle of a healthy and vibrant economy. There will be change. There will be some churn. Our job as a government is not to stop the change, but to help our people ride through it, to give them the skills, support, and confidence to seize new opportunities and ensure that no one is left behind. And that leads me to our third priority, to provide assurance and support to Singaporeans and to keep our society strong and united, to be that we first society that many speakers just now talked about. So we are reviewing our policies across all the key areas, especially in education, healthcare, housing, and retirement. And importantly, all of these efforts are about one thing: enabling every Singaporean to look to the future with confidence. Just look around the world. So many countries you can see where politics has taken a darker turn. How did this happen? It often starts small. A distortion here, a half-truth here, a little bit of a lie here. Then bit by bit, the trust is eroded and societies start to fracture. And eventually, the small things add up. When one party takes this approach, others are likely to follow suit. And then before long, politics and political discourse turns toxic and society gets divided. We cannot allow this to happen in Singapore. So each time we see something that crosses the line, we call it out. And we hold ourselves and others to the same standard. Some say that the PAP is nitpicking. We are finding fault. We should be more relaxed and just leave things be. But if we keep quiet each time, then the boundary is pushed back a little. And you can be sure our politics will gradually take a turn for the worse. That's what it means to be the PAP, to stand for integrity and multiracialism, to do what is right, and to always put Singapore and Singaporeans at the center of everything we do. I've also taken steps to renew our cabinet team, the office holders. In the previous term of government, I was one of the youngest ministers in cabinet. Today, I have more younger colleagues. Ministers and ministers of state like Jeffrey, David, Dinesh, Jasmine, Pei Ming, and Zul. They and the other new office holders bring fresh energy, new perspectives, and deep commitment to serve Singaporeans. They are leading major policy reviews. They are representing Singapore on the world stage and building deeper connections with their fellow Singaporeans. This is just the beginning. I am still looking for more people. I am still looking for capable Singaporeans with the conviction to serve, to join us in this mission. And I hope to attract more potential office holders who are prepared to step forward to serve in politics. Because renewal must never stop. And by the next election, I hope we can start to see the outlines of a new 5G team emerging. Singaporeans have high expectations and exacting standards. They will judge us not just by what we say, but by our actions and what we do. They will ask, have you delivered on your promises? Have we improved their lives? Do we have the right people, policies, and plans to take Singapore forward? When the next GE comes, be it in 2030 or maybe earlier, it can be earlier, you know. The PAP will be ready to face Singaporeans with confidence and with conviction. And when we are asked, we will be able to say clearly and proudly, yes, we have delivered. And importantly, yes, we will continue to deliver. We will always give our best for Singapore and Singaporeans. Comrades, this is our mission. We've had a good GE, but let us not be complacent. Let us work hard. Let us take it forward from here. Let us go forth from this convention, renewed in our purpose, united in spirit, and determined to secure a brighter future for all. Majulah PAP, Majulah Singapura. Thank you very much.